Hi, everybody. It's Diane Marie, 99, and I'm here to talk to you once again. I know you're probably sick of hearing about it, but I'm here to talk to you once again about sobriety. And the reason why is because I watch a lot of videos all the time. I'm addicted. But anyway, there's a musical artist named Youngblood that just released a video about a nurse in ICU and all the stuff that she had to go that to work every day and see and work long hours and watch people fighting for their lives. I was in ICU twice. Um, in part of the movie or in part of the video, a guy whose girlfriend came in. I don't know what happened to her, but she died, and she had to tell him that. And in the background behind them, she was hugging him. In the background behind him and her was the nursing station. And on the wall was a bell. And I didn't know that all hospitals do that, but Fairview has one in their ICU. And when I was there for 6 weeks, fighting for my life with a failed liver from drinking for 48 years, nobody thought I would live. Nobody. They told my husband I wouldn't probably live. And even if I got a liver transplant, which I was too weak to survive the surgery, even if I did get one, I probably wouldn't last another 5 years. That's what they told him. That's how bad I was when I came in. That's what shape I was in. I was twice my normal size. I was the color of mustard. I was dying. They took one look at me and they grabbed the wheelchair and they ran with it away and into ICU. And he didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. This was at the onset of COVID. That's where I spent COVID, or the first part. I didn't know anything about it, although I did get COVID while I was in there. Um, but I was asymptomatic, and it was not a big deal. But anyway, um, I was there for 6 weeks. I don't remember a lot of the beginning part, really much at all. I remember probably about midway through. I have some memories that I have more of them as from the mid part to the end. But I remember when they started doing physical therapy with me, and I was assigned with my therapist at that point, because as I've found out, people that people that drink and use drugs to that extent, it's not her, party, we're all having fun. That's not what it's about. It might look like that to you, but that's not what it's about. There is deep psychological trauma behind that, and we bury it with drugs and alcohol. We bury it because we can't, it's too painful, and we can't look at it, we can't deal with it. So that's what I was doing, and then I almost died. And I don't know why I didn't, but to everyone's surprise, I started to get better. And they were really concerned because I hadn't taken any food for quite a long time. but I was too weak to feed myself, so they had to feed me. I remember that. There was a really nice orderly, and he was feeding me. Um, yeah, it was, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Uh, it was a really horrific chapter in my life, and that was just the start of it. But when I left the hospital, when I finally left and I was released, um, I stopped at the nursing station to get signed out, and there's a bell on the wall there, like I said, and she told me to ring it, and I said, why? And she said, because you're still here and you can. And when I saw that bell today, I just lost it. Because I came so close that time, and then another time, and then another time. Well, the third time it wasn't that close, but the second time was really close again. And I keep not dying. I'm still here. So I feel like I need to give back. And so what I want to do is make this video and tell you, please, please, if you are struggling with addiction to alcohol or drugs, please don't wait until this happens to you. Because, some people OD, and that's actually the easy way out. I mean, cleaning up is hard. It's hard. But once you get through it, life is so amazing. You can't even believe it. You can't even believe it. I wish I would have known. I would have quit so much earlier. I don't even know if I would have started if I would have known. But the point I'm trying to make is A, please don't wait until you're dying. Please don't. See somebody, get help. It doesn't matter how you do it. I had my own way of doing it. I didn't have the option of going to rehab, and I probably wouldn't have really wanted to anyway because I'm a private person, or I was at that point. And so I kind of I leaned back into what I did when I quit smoking. I have a special way that I do things, that I battled my addictions creatively. And it was actually kind of fun and funny at times. Uh, so if you ever want to hear about that, let me know. I'm thinking of putting it together and putting it on Patreon, and or writing it into a book or a workbook and putting it on Amazon or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's what I want to do. I want to, it's what I want to do, because we shouldn't be living that way. It's just, it's like being dead but not being dead. You know? I mean, I don't remember my life. I don't remember it. I was drunk all the time. For so many years, I pretty much always had alcohol in my system for at least 20 years. Probably 30. And before that, I was doing plenty of drinking before that, even. Um, I started when I was 11. And I was stealing booze from my parents. And when they finally caught me, I got grounded, and that didn't work. And they kept catching me. And figuring it out that I was stealing it still, and they didn't want me to get in trouble with it away from home. So they said, okay, if you're going to drink, just drink here with us. You can have a cocktail at night before you go to bed, like we do. And so I drank with my parents every night, starting when I was 15. And they let me smoke, I think, when I was like 13. So yeah, I grew up with that stuff. It was normalized, and that was my life. And that's where it took me. It took me to ICU with a liver that was dying. And that's some serious stuff to come back from. I am still on a handful of medications that I have to take every day. Um, Part of the reason why I ended up as bad as I did was because I suffer from chronic pain. As it turned out, we found out after my crash and burn that I have a genetic nerve disorder, which causes excruciating pain. It's like lightning going through my nerves, bouncing off of stuff. And so I have to take gabapentin to regulate my nerve impulses, or whatever you call that. Anyway, I'm off track. I always get off track. But just think about it. Think about it. And if you want somebody to talk to, I'm right here. I just want to help. I just want to help. If I can prevent even one person from not ending up like I did, or ending up dead like so many of my friends ended up. God, I mean, I have lost so many friends to booze and drugs. It's just ridiculous. It's an epidemic. And especially now, I mean, the world has gone nuts. But what I do is I just withdraw into my art, and I get away from all the ugliness because there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I write to my senators and I do those kinds of things, but I can't march in protests. I can't. There's a lot of shit I can't do anymore. So I do what I can, and I try to help people that are struggling with addiction, and I try to make people laugh and find joy in their lives. This one isn't so much funny and laughing, but I had a funny story though that I was gonna tell, and now I've forgotten it. My memory is just ridiculous. Since I quit drinking, I just eh. Well, one thing I figured out is that I have ADHD. um, and I know that. I mean, I know that I always did have it. I remember now that I used to um I used to mask a lot. Um, there's a good possibility that I'm also on the autism spectrum. That's what I was told when I did cognitive testing after I sobered up. Um, my mind races all the time. All the time. Imagine putting all of the channels on a TV all of the ones you have, or whatever. Just everything. All at once. All at once. That's what my brain is like. And it's really hard to stay focused. I have, I mean, just this video right here, I'm just all over the place. That's how my life is. I mean, my brain is going 100 miles an hour. And when I'm trying to focus and move forward on something else comes in, and then I'm like, oh, and that suddenly takes priority. And then something else comes in, and that takes priority. Meanwhile, I forget to eat. I forget to drink water. I forget to, I don't. So I have to be really diligent about that because I tend to kind of ignore everything. So that's how I've reworked my life. I'm still working at it. It's a work in progress. But, look up there. That's only part. That's only just a fraction of all the art that I've created since I quit drinking. I mean, my level of output as far as my art goes has increased. It's at least doubled, if not more than that. I work typically I work 10-hour days. 10-hour days. And starting from whenever I start, then I figure, okay, 10 hours, then I can stop. So, but if I get started early enough, as I sometimes do, I'll go longer. One time recently when I was getting ready to submit to Cora McCorvey, I was up from 9 in the morning working until 3 o'clock the next morning. Working. Just full bore on. So, yeah, I'm turbocharged. It may not look like it, but under the surface there's a lot going on up here. Eh, I mean, I paint, I sculpt, I write songs, I draw, I I do all kinds of things. I'm writing tons and tons and tons of stand-up comedy, and I'm gonna do that. That's on my bucket list. I'm gonna do that before the year is over. Mark my words. Okay, I just told you that. By 2026, I want to have been on a stage doing comedy. I don't even care if I suck. I just want to do it and see what happens. So, that's all for today. I just please take care of yourself. You are important. You matter. Okay? I'm just going to say that to you. You matter. Doesn't matter what's happened in your life. Doesn't matter what mistakes you've made. Doesn't matter. You matter. Your life matters. So do something good with it. It's your gift. Think about that. Think about the odds of you being here right now. Hi.